got 2 school board members here.
Oh, wonderful. So we are so happy to have 2 school board members here with us. Have just joined us. We got Karen Keys-Gamarra and we got Ricardy Anderson, Dr. Ricardy Anderson.
I know that I speak for the entire board and also for Ms. Keys-Gamarra when I say that making sure that we address this issue is paramount, and making sure that we're addressing this issue now, not later, it's imperative.
It cannot be business as usual.
That's right.
So let's go finish this job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Karen Keys-Gamarra. Thank you so much. School board members, thank you so much for standing up for change.
We will take the pulse of the board on some of the common issues that have been raised throughout our comments, and then we will continue with the go backs. Kind of changing gears a little bit, I want to share my support for the following. I want to be clear, everybody knows this. Removal for the test. Oh my goodness, I didn't even get to my question. I will put myself on a go back. We have a number of go backs, and at this point, I would like to take the pulse of the board on about 3 issues that have been part of the conversation so far. So please give me a second. So I believe everybody pretty much was on a go back. Is that fairly accurate?
Accurate. Probably.
Probably. So I'm just going to ask everyone to please lower their hands so we can get to the consensus taking of some issues. It looks like everybody's on for a go back, so we'll just regroup. One of the first things that I believe, I better take my number, that I believe most of us commented on was regarding the assessment. I would love for us to give some feedback to the superintendent in terms of some consensus or concurrence regarding the removal of that. So I will propose that we take a quick poll if we are in favor of removing the assessment that has been articulated to be a barrier both in this presentation and the previous. I would like for hands to be raised to that.
Madam Chair, may I just ask for clarification?
Yes, ma'am.
You're calling it an assessment, and I believe you're talking about the test.
This is what we're talking about, the test. The test that we've been talking about that has been the barrier for many of our students.
I apologize, just to further clarify, Ms. Keys-Gamarra, you're talking about the currently used test, the Quant Q test, correct? I just want to make sure we're clear on exactly what test we're talking about.
That is exactly right.
It's about to remove the test for this year so that the public understands we're not making a long-term decision when there is a whole lot that we have still not discussed, including Mr. Shugart saying that this isn't just Quant Q, which is what we've mostly talked about. There's all these other things. So I'm just uncomfortable giving direction right now at this very moment when it's unclear. Are we talking about forever and ever, or are we talking about for this admission cycle?
Ms. Corbett-Sanders, would you like to speak to that? I know you've had conversations with folks regarding this.
Yes, thank you very much, Dr. Anderson. It is my understanding, in speaking to everybody on the board, that this is the elimination of the admissions test and the associated application fees that have traditionally been, originally they were the Pearson administered test, and now they're the Quant T and ACT, those barrier tests, those tests that have indicated that they are, they create barriers or cultural biases in how they're administered. So,
Laughlin, does that help?
Well, it was my understanding that the Quant Q suggestion is to remove the standardized test and to put a problem set in its place. I feel like instead we're just only speaking to one piece, and that's making me uncomfortable.
That's the next piece on the, so if possible, I circulated some language earlier today, and that might help bring it.
So, Ms. McLaughlin, we're going to go. I see you, Ms. Sizemore Heizer.
Yes,
just one second.
Move on. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Sizemore Heizer?
Just point of clarification here. Are you just looking to try to get consensus on pieces we can agree to, or are we in this moment directing the superintendent? Because I'm a little confused.
We're looking to get consensus because we want to be able to give him some sense of how to move on for Thursday when he brings the next part of this presentation.
All right, thank you.
Because right now we're giving a lot of feedback. So we're not necessarily looking to give a direction, but he needs to know where we are sitting as a board.
Great, thank you.
Does that make sense? Okay. Okay, so we're going to go back to that first piece, the elimination of the assessment and its associated fees. If you are able to give concurrence to that, please raise your hand at this time.
Dr. Anderson, I thought the associated fees is the application fee, not the test fees.
Thank you, Ms. McLaughlin. I did get my 2 points confounded here. So folks, please lower your hands. We're gonna start this again. Removal of the assessment. Please raise your hand at this time. We have Ms. Gamarra, Ms. Keys-Gamarra, Ms. Marin, Ms. Corbett-Sanders, Ms. Cohen, Ms. Omesh, Mr. Frisch, Ms. Derenak Kofax, Ms. Sizemore Heizer, Ms. Pekarsky, Ms. Tolan, Ms. McLaughlin, and myself. So that is unanimous. Please lower your hands.